Hello, hello. We are here. I'm stoked for MMA Wednesday. Need that. Who else is excited? No, sweet. Bruce, I'll make you co-host.
Sounds like something Captain Picard would say. We are here.
Yeah, yeah. Yes. The legend. Feel right here. Oops. Oh, I can rename you. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. Oh, why did they give me so much power? Shame on them. See, I can name Frank, Bob, Joe. Hmm. All right, that's cool. Thanks. Okay. Alrighty. So today is an awesome day. It's like any other day. Uh, okay, cool. So we are going to money making activities. This is MMA Wednesday. We should be doing MMAs every day, but for the call, we're definitely in here doing MMA Wednesday. Um, and Natalie, you said you needed a list to call. Was that right? Who else needs a list? Or even if it's helpful, we can kind of sidebar and we can talk about like showing you how to get a list if that's a challenge too, or just because I know now you joined late, so that's not a big deal. And that's for anyone that may need some extra help as far as finding the list, how to get it, cultivate it. Here it is. It's Drive. All right. So as I'm pulling this up, um, one thing what we're so just a recap on what we're looking at, what we're doing. Um, deals and checklist. Should do yes. Okay, sorry. Almost there. Is this? So we're gonna have our cameras on. Okay, so cameras on mute, and we're gonna be doing MMAs. So the MMAs is most of us are gonna be cold calling, doing some cold calling. That's probably gonna be the majority of us that we'll be doing. But maybe cold calling is not your strategy. Maybe you're building a minion army. So maybe you're calling people that you know that's doing Uber drivers, and so you're going to tell them about the referral program and what you're looking for, what they see distressed properties and having broken windows or things like that. Then they can send an address and you pay them percent or a flat fee once we actually once we actually close. Or maybe it's reaching out to a bunch of agents. Whatever it is, right? This isn't necessarily like has to be cold calling, but it's whatever strategy they're doing to do your MMAs. That's what this is all about. So the goal is to get the most no's, and if we get some appointments in there too, right? That's what we need. Awesome. We'll jump it in. So yeah, so cameras on. Everyone needs to be on mute. And when we get a no, that's when we go off mute, and then let's all practice. So everyone jump off mute real fast. We're gonna practice saying my favorite word in real estate. Everyone jump off mute. This is the fun part. It's the fun bit. Well, thanks, Natalie. Appreciate you came off mute. That was nice of you. The only one. There's only a handful of us. Come on. Oh, I think Laura's working, so she gets a little pass. But Angela, Frank, Bruce, you guys want to come off mute for a second? Okay, cool. Well, we'll just
You want me to say
we'll
something?
do it. That's fine. On the count of three, we're just gonna yell the favorite word, which is next. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3. Next.
Next.
Oh,
Nice.
Bruce.
You just did my favorite thing ever. That's cool. I like that. Okay. So we all got to get our sound box, and so we can, that's awesome. I freaking love that. I'm gonna be looking at apps like as soon as we're done with this call today. I swear, like, okay, there's something there. I want to do something cool. That's awesome. Um, okay, so cameras on. Those that just joined, Anna, good to see you. Was it Nelly that just needed the list, or does anyone else need it? Next, booyah.
Sorry.
Better late than never, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, you're good. You're good. Okay. I think someone's. Oh, I was about to send you a list now, but I think someone's already actually. I already sent that list to someone else. Hang on a second. Yeah, this will work. Perfecto. Okay. Copy. And then Natalie. I changed my note taker to I wish I was Jared, the name. Now that I discovered I had that power. So your names may change randomly, just so you know, depending if you're bothering me or not. We'll see. Okay. Any questions? We're gonna stop like 10 minutes, well, 10:50, so if you're all right, now I direct message you that link for that list. And the highlighted columns, that's where those are the phone numbers are at, but you'll see once you click in there. Okay. So let's get started. Any questions before we get going? Keeping track of no's, keeping track of appointments, obviously. Scream out next. Let's do this. I did make a bunch of you co-hosts, by the way, so just if you see the box come up with someone's joining later and I'm distracted or whatever, just go ahead and admit them. Make everyone a co-host except for Frank, just because.
Next.
Next.
How am I supposed to follow that up? I was about to do my own next. Next! It's not the same.
Next.
That was a good next, but make sure we got to scream it. Next!
I did that on mute. Okay.
Next.
All right, guys, let's start wrapping up your call you're on, and let's rejoin and reconvene. Mm, Perfect, perfect, awesome. So for those that are, what any takeaways, any cool moments? Um,
Yes, Jared, I have a very cool moment. I have 2 appointments, one for tomorrow, one for Friday, different houses.
Boom. Was that just from today? Like you just got those, or was that just set up there?
Oh no, I've had the numbers for a day or two. They're FISBOs. I just called them both today.
Oh, okay. So you had them for a couple of days. So why do you think it took a couple days to call them?
Lazy.
Lazy. Okay. So if you
And
didn't
then
if you didn't come to the call today, you probably wouldn't have called them today then, huh?
probably not.
Okay.
Yeah, but I knew I was been kicking myself because the last couple of days I know I've been wanting to call them, and then I just get home and things get
Right.
distracted. I get it done.
And I think a lot of people can relate to that, Laura. So yeah, thanks for sharing that. And it's I really appreciate people when they come out and maybe like that's phenomenal. She got 2 appointments. That's amazing. You know, but it helps people. It helps everyone else when you express like maybe a challenge. Like I should have had this a couple days ago, but didn't. But now I did, so that's awesome. That's all that matters, right? So that's cool. Proud of you, Laura. It's awesome. So Laura
Thanks,
you
Jared.
got 2 appointments. You know, that's awesome. Um, what other anything else that popped out that's pretty cool? I left some messages and I had a no. That was like it was super exciting.
I had one that was kind of different. I came across the number and I'm like, this name is not like a super common last name.
Uh-huh.
Come to find out, I pull it up and it's a brother. I didn't talk to the person because I just got a voicemail, but it's a brother of somebody I went to high school with. I'm like, wait a second,
for
it's kind of weird. I'm like, this could go a few different ways, possibly, but I don't know. It was just kind of weird to me because I'm like. So
Did you get along with his brother?
yeah, he
Okay.
teased me a lot in elementary school, but it's like, hey, whatever. I'm like, we were little, we were in like third grade, so it's like whatever. But it was just kind of interesting that came about. It's not like every day that you come across somebody that you went to school with or a relative or whatever. So
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's it's a
especially on a
small world, right?
pre-foreclosure list.
Right. Exactly.
Which I mean, anyone can have challenges like this. You know what I mean? So it's not like a small, population or pool, however you want to look at it. But yeah, anyone can have those type of challenges for sure. Okay.
I've got a question for you, Jared.
Yeah.
When you're running through your list and you leave messages and nobody calls you back, do you leave
Yeah.
amount of time before you call them back again, or?
You can call back as soon as like the next day if you want to go. I mean,
Okay.
usually if I have a list I'm calling on, um, I'll run through that list at least 3 to maybe even 5 times, depending on the list and the size. So I'll go through and recall those numbers that I left messages on or didn't answer, or obviously if I talk to them, then then they go in a different pile to call when when agreed upon or whatever. Um, but after the third time or so, sometimes the fifth, depending what kind of list it is, or if I've been getting um, results from or not. But yeah, I'll run it 3 to 5 times before I hang it up. If that answers the
Okay,
questions,
cool.
but that's like within,
Yeah.
sorry, 3 to 5 times, or 3 times like in a week, like every other day or something like that. But you can do as
Okay.
soon as the next day. As far as like the third time call in, then maybe wait an extra day, or send text messages or whatever, just so there's like a bit of a gap. But yeah, I think that's, and also vary on the time that you're calling too. So if I'm calling, if I called the list initially, or list lead, whatever, I called the list at 11 o'clock in the afternoon or morning, and like I didn't answer or left messages, then I'll try to call back at a different time. I'll work that list at a different time, because then I'm going to get a hold of the different people that aren't working or whatever, right? So
Okay. Cool. And do you leave a same message or a different message the next time?
right, good question. So you can only leave the Jay Massey message so many times before it's like,
Right.
okay, that's on purpose.
Right.
And besides, most people don't even, I don't know, maybe not everyone checks the voice messages. I've never checked my voice. Well, not never, but it's been years since I've checked my voice message. I don't even know if it's even set up, to be perfectly honest. If someone wants to get hold of me, they'll text me or call me back. So
Gotcha. Okay.
yeah, so you definitely want to change it up, right? As far as, so one thing I like to say to get some responses is so after the
I'm
Jay
from the
Massey,
IRS.
what was that? The IRS? What?
I'm from the IRS.
Yeah. Well, then they're definitely not going to answer you at that point. No, I was kidding.
Yeah, true.
So is I'll tell them, like, I have an idea I want to run past you, or I want. It's the same that Richard Stock like talks about in trains, like. So it's like I have an idea that I want to run past you. I need, I would like to, your opinion would help me in this matter, or something like that. So you're asking that, and everyone loves to give their opinion, right? Whether they admit it or not. Like, yeah, that's our favorite subject for everyone. Even if you're not a validator, it's still yourself, right? Whether you recognize it or not. But it's like, it's how we feel about when we talk about ourselves, and we're in center of attention, or we're getting the attention. So yeah, things like that, messages. If they're not responding to you at all, then the text message or email that I leave is the same one that Chris Voss talks about in his book Never Split the Difference. Who can tell me what his response, or what his email is, to get people to answer him back after they start ghosting? I think most of you, or a big chunk of you, read the book before, so I'm wondering if you guys remember it.
Yeah. Um, they,
Have
you
you?
have to give me, what's that?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Do you need a second, or have
No, you
you
said I keep stepping over
given?
the top of you, and I don't, and I don't hear what you're saying.
Oh. So like the start of it is like, have you blank on XYZ problem So have you given up on
you given
selling
up?
your
Yeah,
property?
that's right. Have you given up on selling your property? That's right.
Or
I remember
or
that now.
and or you can say, if you know more of their pain point, it's even better to say, have you given up on whatever that pain point was, on seeing different options to stop this foreclosure, so that you can put this behind you and able to move on and pay off that truck that you talked about, or if you have information like that, then plug it in so it's actually more like, have you given up on saving your credit, or have you given up on fixing this problem, so your wife doesn't divorce you, or whatever. If that's something that they've said before, maybe don't say that exactly, or maybe try it. Let me know. I don't know. If they answer you
Right.
back, then sweet.
It's like you might know something they don't, and they'll be like,
Yeah,
"Wait a
yeah,
minute, what?"
exactly. Like, yeah, I'm actually the boyfriend. No, just kidding. That's why I know. Yeah, but he'll be definitely happy to sell your house.
Hey, Jared,
Right.
Yes.
can you also send like, are we able to like also send letters to the
Yeah.
people who maybe want to offer like cash?
100%. So, sending letters. Are you talking about, so like just a mailing campaign to send out to a bunch of people, or someone in particular you want to send a letter to?
Yeah, particular.
Okay, so the particular, then, I mean, you can, yeah, send a letter. Um, it really depends on, like, so what did you guys talk about? Have you contacted this person before? Is this like a follow-up letter? Uh, I would put in the similar things that we're kind of talking about. Like, I have an idea I really want to talk to you about. You can do like a letter of intent too. Again, it depends on. Well, let me ask you this, Al. What stage are you? The person you'd want to send a letter. I don't know if you're just doing a general, or is you have someone in mind. Like, have you talked to them before about selling, or what's the situation?
No, so I was driving by a house that it doesn't look like they've been living in,
Mm-hmm. So it looks vacant.
and yeah, it looks vacant, but very few times I have seen like a car there.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking of sending a letter to them,
Sure. Yeah.
and I
Is
wasn't
it
sure. Like, yeah, go ahead.
so check the county records, see if the mailing address is different, and you can send it to the mailing address.
Hmm.
You can even, if you wanted to be really personalized, snap a picture of the house, print it on photo images, and then that's what Deal Machine does too. You can grab Deal Machine, click on the house, and then send a letter, and then it'll send an image of that house with the postcard that they send out.
Got it. Okay.
Which, if you don't have Deal Machine, if you sign up under using wholesale games as the promo code, you get an extra $30 in credit to send mailers.
Hmm.
So,
Okay. All right. Thank you.
but yeah, if the more personal you can do, I had someone send me it was advertising, and then it was a lipstick kiss
Mhm.
on where like there's a seal, like where the on the back side of the envelope.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the heck is this? And so I opened it. Like, I was super curious. Like, what the heck is this? Like, why would this is? And maybe this might cause more divorces than not, but that's fine. But it's just like, it's kind of it's something to stand out and to build intrigue. So I would, if you are going to send a letter, something like a one for that individual, do it handwritten,
Yeah.
everything. Don't print it. Just handwrite everything.
Yeah.
At the very least, the envelope needs to be all handwritten, and so yeah. Then it looks like it's not from like a big company that's just marketing to them. It's like, oh, this is someone spent the time to write up the
Capture
envelope.
their attention.
So it takes them. That's like the most effective mailer, but it takes the most time. Like Renata's iOS does have handwritten letters. I like them, but I hate them because the handwritten it's in cursive, and if you were born after 1980, or yeah, if you're born after 1990, then you don't know what they're saying. Doesn't make any.
Yeah.
And it's like old person cursive, so it's like really kind of hard to read. Even I've yeah, it's just, anyways.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Oh shoot, we're over. Okay. Who had the most no's real fast? Sorry, I didn't realize what time it was. So Bruce had 2. I had 1. Natalie had 1. Laura was just getting yeses, so that ain't happening. Marjorie, Ravi, did you guys have any? How many no's did you guys get from the MMAs, if any?
I didn't get any,
You didn't get any? Okay.
but I didn't get to talk to anybody either. So
Ah,
I know sucks.
That's
But I came in late too, so it's all good.
are you doing like your Zoom where people can jump in and do calls stuff like that?
I haven't done it. I tried it last week and I had some technical difficulties, and then why can't I think of her name? Angela couldn't do it later, but I'm willing to do it. I got to figure out when, because this week's kind of crazy and I have a plumbing issue. But
Mm. Well, and if you decide to do, if you make it consistent, like every day at 12 o'clock right after the call, we're going to be making phone calls. Like you get more and more people that'll join you too.
right, and I'm kind of thinking more so doing that right after, just because I get crazy busy in the afternoon with my kids.
Mm-hmm.
So those that are on, if you want to do it, I'm willing to do it. Like I can't do it today, but
Yeah.
I don't know. If anybody wants, like, message me or whatever and see if I'm on or whatever, I'm totally for it. I'm usually free right after the call. It just after 2 o'clock it gets totally crazy at my house. So
And then what is this for? Sorry.
I'm just basically extending the MMAs, kind of like what
Oh,
we're doing right now, but just kind
okay.
of extending it because I do better personally doing these. Trying to get it after the fact, I get too distracted. My husband says I have ADHD. I'm like, probably do, but I just get way too distracted. I'm like, okay, I got to clean my house. I got to do this. And so it's more, I'm focused more on it this way. So,
Well, and it's kind of creating sacred time and the accountability to seeing. That's why I really like that you're doing that. And Josh did that the last games. I should have followed up with him and see. Did anyone go? Did anyone join Josh when he was doing it? Josh Drake. Is it Drake?
I think it's Duke.
Duke. That was a cool
Yeah.
name. I couldn't
Yep.
remember what. Yeah. Duke.
I think I tried to one time and then something happened, but then I never got back to it. So it was my bad.
That was me too.
Okay. Yeah. But I do appreciate Margie even throwing it out there, and anyone else too. Like if they want to. Just for accountability wise, like you don't have to really do anything, just like on cameras and calling, so you're not. It's pretty good. So even if it's like you get your battle squad and you're like, okay, guys, I'm gonna do this thing. You guys want to jump on with me? That's the whole accountability. Let's do it, and then 3 get to sit down and on Zoom just start making phone calls, or whatever. Do MMAs, right? I think that's gonna be massive. But yeah, we're over 10 minutes but sweet. So. Now that you said you had 2 or 1? No's. 1. So Bruce won. Where's oh, because Anna bounced early. That's why you won.
Anna's not here. Yeah.
Yeah. that
Hey, Jared,
yes.
really quick.
Yes.
So I know I post on different things that you post on Facebook, and I'm trying to, there's something that I posted on earlier this week. What's all the groups or whatever that you post on that I possibly have posted on this week? Because there's a question I have and I can't remember what it is. I'm going on a little sleep this week or today. And I can't remember, and I'm like, want to refer back to it.
It was a question, and you commented on my post to respond to a question. Is that right?
Yes, but I can't remember.
Yeah,
Like,
I think it was in Challenge Solver.
That's probably what it was.
Renata's team.
Yep, I think that's what it was.
Okay. And you asked what's a good. Oh, that's right. What's a good text to send after cold calling someone that hasn't answered you back?
Yep.
And I just wrote, have you given up on selling your property? So it's kind of something we already talked about.
Yeah, that's right. I'm like, I knew it rang a bell when you said that earlier. So I'm like, wait, where is it? Okay, awesome. Thank you. Yeah,
you betcha. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I love you all. Appreciate you. Tomorrow we're going to go over doing the finding the ARV, whether you have MLS or not. So sweet. Awesome. Appreciate y'all. Adios.